Welcome to another episode where we talk about money, we talk about how to grow your money, how to manage your money, and how to do better financially. Today we want to talk about government instruments. There's been a lot of talk in town, people want to understand how it works, and we just want to address it today. So first, we are going to talk about government bonds. What does it actually mean to have government bonds or to buy government bonds? I'm going to try to explain as simply as possible, and in our next episode, we can go a little more complex. So a government bond essentially means that government has given you 100 Ghana Cedis check that you can cash in December of 2024. It's 100 Ghana Cedi check. The withdrawal date is 2024, and government will give you 100 Ghana Cedis in 2024. So you are holding what we call government paper, a government bond. Now, how did you get the government bond? In order for you to get that bond, you have to buy it from government with cash. So government is going to say to you, bring 70 Ghana Cedis today, and I'll give you that 100 Ghana Cedi check, which I'll honor in 2024 of December. So you have taken 70 cedis from your pocket, your personal money, and you've given it to government. And government has given you back a piece of paper, which is a check, essentially, which says you will receive 100 Ghana Cedis. Now, in finance terms, we call that a zero coupon bond. You brought 70, and in 24 months' time, you will get 100. You've gained 30 over that 2-year period. Now, what happens if you need money in 7 months and you are holding that 100 Ghana Cedi paper? Now, we'll get into a more complex explanation later, but for the simple understanding of it, if you need money, say in December 2023, but then the check is for 2024 December, somebody else will be willing to buy it from you because everybody knows that the government will pay in 2024. So I'll come to you and say, oh, you are holding 100 Ghana Cedi paper. No problem. You bought it at 70. Oh, fine. I will buy it from you at, say, 90. Now, why will I buy it from you at 90 and not 80 or 70? It actually depends on what I think about where the government is going. It's tied to interest rates, but we'll come to it later. It's what I think about where the government is going. If I think that government is going in the right direction and things are going in the right direction, I'll buy it from you at a good price. If I think that things are going in the wrong direction, I'll buy it from you at a bad price. So, classic example, in the last couple of months, people are concerned about what is going on with government, what's going on with the future of our money, etc. So if you are holding 100 Ghana Cedi paper today and you went to buy it, what do you think, to sell it, what do you think people will give you money for? People will tell you to buy it for 30. Some will tell you to buy it for 40 because they don't have a good sense of where things are going. So what happens to you that is holding that 100 Ghana Cedi paper is that you need to make a decision as to whether or not you want to sell it for 40 cedis today or you want to wait until December 2024 and actually get your 100 cedis. Now, that's a zero coupon bond. Let's take another example to talk about an interest-bearing bond. So say you gave government 90 cedis today and government gave you 100 Ghana Cedi check for 2024 of December. What happens at that point is that you will not just have to wait to get your 100 cedis. Government adds another incentive to it. The government says, oh, guess what? Every year, I'll pay you 10 Ghana Cedis. So what has happened is that by the end of the first year, you'll get 10 cedis from government, which we call the interest. In the second year, you'll get another 10 cedis from government, which is additional interest. And when you get to the end of 2024, you'll get the 100 cedis from government. So altogether, you've gotten 120 Ghana Cedis and you bought it for 90. Now, mathematically speaking, it is the same as the one that you give 70 cedis for and got 100. But if you get into the finance of it, there are slight differences depending on risk appetite, depending on what time value of money, etc. But in a nutshell, that's the difference between a zero coupon bond and an interest-bearing bond. Now, how does that affect the market? It's very simple. If a lot of people want their money today and the market thinks that things are not going in the right direction, remember, that 100 Ghana Cedi paper you are holding, people will be willing to buy it for half the price. So generally, when things are going the wrong way or when there's a general panic in the market, if you hold a government bond, you should not sell it. You should hold it so you don't lose your money. Remember, the government of a country has to stay alive. If the government collapses today, police won't be paid, soldiers won't be paid, doctors will not be paid. There will be no Ghana. You can't drive on the road because there will be no policeman when there's traffic. So that's what we call a failed state. Most countries in the world don't fail. Even war-torn countries still run. Ukraine is in war. They still have ambulance services and they have hospitals while the bombs are dropping. People actually still go to farm and go to work. What this means is that panic can make you quickly sell for 40 cedis, what you would have had 100 Ghana cedis for. And in the worst case that government doesn't pay you the 100 at the end of the period, it will not tell you it can't pay at all. It will give you a new payment plan. Allow yourself to understand the new payment plan, because the one who is buying it for you from 40 is willing to take the risk you've already taken. So why give it to them for less? Now let's remember, this is quite important. A government bond is a legal contract with the country that issued the bond to you, which means that legally the entire constitution of that country is backing the bond that you are holding. So when there's fear and there's panic and there's movement, you have to remember that as long as you live in that country and you expect to go to work in the same country, you expect to earn an income from the country, then you actually believe that the country is going to function. If the country is going to function, then your 100 Ghana Cedi bond is valuable. The only time it becomes rubbish is when that country stops existing. Say there's a nuclear war and we are all dead, or something, what we call an act of God has occurred. But other than that, the country will continue to last. In good times and in bad times, since 1957, Ghana is still Ghana. So you shouldn't panic to sell your bond in bad times because you may end up losing so much money. And the person that buys it from you is going to be patient and they will earn value. Allow the storm to pass, understand what is going on first before you make your decision, else you lose money. As always, it takes time to build money. It's a patient, consistent process. Be like an ant. Have a good one.